Hey guys, welcome back. In this video I'm going to be showing you how I compare my expert advisors for the previous week and the previous month, and the parameters or the performance that I look for when I select the expert advisors that I'm going to use on my live account. So this is the spreadsheet that I use, and this will be attached as a resource to this lecture. So the first thing that I do is on the two columns at the top, I put in the date. So I'm using LibreOffice, but I believe it is very similar in Excel. So the first thing I do is I'm going to merge the cells. Then I'm going to put in today's date. Today is the 11th. Okay, just center that. Okay, and then what you can see below here is all of my various demo accounts. The stuff that you see in green is the expert advisors that I have selected based on the performance criteria that I'm looking for. And that performance criteria would be a profit factor of 1.4 and a minimum trade count of 3. So that's 3 trades that have opened and closed with a minimum profit factor of 1.4. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go to FX Blue and I'm going to check the performance of my EAs, and that'll be for the last week. So let's just type that in here. So weekly or monthly. Now, most of the time I do it weekly and monthly. Of course, this isn't always possible. Sometimes I'm busy. I don't have time to check it exactly a week later. So it might be the last 8 days or the last 9 days. And monthly, although it says monthly, it's not necessarily always monthly, because obviously when I put new expert advisors for the month onto my platforms, I then let them run for 2 weeks. And then what I'll do is I'll check the performance for the last week and for the 2 weeks before that. Then the next week I'll check it weekly, and I'll check it for the last 3 weeks, and then finally I'll check it weekly and then for the last month. So although it says monthly, it's not strictly monthly. It's just so that I know that there is a difference between the last week and the other time period that I am checking it in. So let's start with this account here. This is my JFD account. It's my Australian dollar, US dollar, and this is my demo account number here. So I'm just going to copy it. Then from there, I'm going to go to FX Blue. Okay, we go to FX Blue Live, put in our username. So that's why I copied it. I simply paste it in there, and then we put in our account password. We log in. Then I'm going to go to Stats. First thing I'm going to do is go to the filter, and I'm going to do the last 7 days. Click filter. Then from there, I'm going to go to strategy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on net profit twice so that the strategies with the highest net profit are at the top. Now what you can see is that there's really only one expert advisor here that did more than 3 trades. Let's check what the profit factor is. Sorry, there is another one here at the bottom, 4, but because it's right at the bottom, I can see immediately that the gross profit is 0, gross loss is 93, so that's a losing expert advisor. So I'm going to just check what this one here is. The profit factor on this is perfect. So as you can see, if it's got a line like that, it means that it is perfect. And as you can see, we've got a gross profit of 41 and 0 loss. So this will be a good expert advisor. So what I then do is I click on download. I open it up in Excel or in LibreOffice, and then what I do is I just copy it from here. Then I go to the spreadsheet and I paste it in here because that one did well weekly. Okay, then we go back to FX Blue. We change our filter to last 30 days. Click it on filter. Once again, net profit twice to get the net profit right at the top. Now what you can see is that basically it's really only this one here, 77086,422, that has got more than 3 trades and a profit factor of more than 1.4. This one, 926, is pretty close, but I am quite strict with myself. I don't take it unless it is a minimum profit factor of 1.4. So once again, I'm going to download this. I'm going to open it again. Once it opens, we are then going to copy this one. We're going to say copy. Then we're going to go back to this spreadsheet. We're going to paste it in here. As you can see, it is 2 different expert advisors. So in this case, I'm not going to be trading any Australian dollar, US dollar expert advisors on my live platform. We're going to leave the gold for now because that is on a different platform. So as you can see, this is my JFD and this is my Pepperstone. So for now, I'm just going to do all of my JFD. and the expert advisors that do fall into the criteria that I'm looking for, I will put it onto my live JFD account. So the next one we're going to do is this top 5 Forex. And incidentally, guys, as I'm sure a lot of you have noticed by the names on the spreadsheet, all of the expert advisors that are currently on the spreadsheet that come from all of my various demo accounts are all expert advisors that you get with the various courses that we offer. So let's do this again. Let's go here. We're going to copy that account number. We're going to go back to FX Blue. We're going to go to FX Blue Live, log out. We're going to log back in with the new account details. Now there's no limit to the amount of FX Blue accounts that you can hold. You can have as many as you want. I've probably got, oh my gosh, I don't even know, probably about 50 that I've registered over time. Anyway, so coming back to it, we're again going to go to stats. Now that we're logged in, we're going to go to filter. We're going to go to last 7 days, filter it. We're then going to go to strategy, net profit. Once again, as you can see, I've got this one here. It's got a perfect profit factor. The rest are all well below the 1.4. So we're not going to use any of these. Once again, I'm going to download it. I'm then going to open it up. I'm going to copy this one here. Go back to my spreadsheet. I'm going to paste it here. This is my weekly. Go back to FX Blue. Change my filter to last 30 days. Filter. Now guys, just on this note, as I mentioned to you earlier, it's obviously not always possible to go back 30 days because some of the expert advisors haven't been running for 30 days. So what you would do here is you would just do a custom filter. So your start date and your end date. So in this case, I am going to do the last 30 days. Click filter. Once again, net profit to get the top net profit at the top of my chart, or sorry, at the top of this online spreadsheet, if you want to call it that. What we can see here, this one's got a great profit factor and this one does too, both of them over 1.4. So as before, I'm going to download it. I'm going to open it. Then I'm going to copy these two. And then I'm going to put them onto my spreadsheet. What you'll see now is that we have one expert advisor here that has worked very well both in the last week and in the last month. So this one will be added. So what I do now is I just select them and then I make them green. Later on I'll show you why I'm doing this. It just makes it much easier for me to have it this visual. Now what you can see here is that the last time I did this one here, the 61851300 was doing quite well, but obviously it hasn't done well again now. So what I do now is I select it and I make it red. This way I know that when I go into my live chart, which I will show you in the next video, this is one that I actually need to delete. So now I just want to show you on one of the larger accounts, one of the demo platforms that has quite a lot of expert advisors on, because I want to show you the second part of this. So let's use this one here. This is the expert advisors from the top 10 Euro USD. Although the name of the course is top 10 Euro USD, you actually get 50 expert advisors. So once again, I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go back to FX Blue. Just go back to FX Blue Live, log out, log back in with the other details. Okay, once again, we're going to go to stats, we're going to go to strategy. First filter we're going to do is the last 7 days. Click on filter. Once again, just put the top performing expert advisors in terms of net profit at the top. Now what we're going to do is we're going to download this again. We're going to open it. And let's see. So this one definitely yes. The second one yes, 2.79. The third one yes as well. As you can see, it's also perfect. Then we have some that aren't great. Then we have one here that's done 3 trades, but the profit factor is 1, just 1 on the dot, so we're not going to use that one. And that's it. The rest of them are all much lower. These trades here, although they are winning at the moment, they've only opened and closed 1 trade, so I'm going to leave those for now. So I'm going to copy. I'm going to go back to my spreadsheet. I'm going to paste them here in weekly. Going to go back to FX Blue, change my filter again to the last 30 days. Filter it. Once again, let's just put the top net profit at the top. Download it. Open it. Okay, now let's see. These all have done a lot of trades. Obviously, they all have done many, many more because this is the last 30 days. And as you can see at the top, under profit factor here, What I'm looking for is all of the ones that have opened more than 3 trades and have a profit factor of more than 1.4. So that'll be all of these, 1.5, 1.41, that one just made it in. Right, then the next 3 are below the 1.4. Sorry, the next 2 are below the 1.4. Then this one is 2.01, 1.05, 3.11, 1.83. And then beyond that, they're all below the 1.4. So I'm going to copy these, put them back onto my spreadsheet, paste them here. Now let's quickly go through it. So this one that ends in 536, here it is here. 243, 243, here it is here. And this one 683, 683, nope, not here. So we're not going to do that one. So we're just going to select those two. Okay, so now once we've selected these two, what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare them to my expert advisors that I have on the live account. Now I don't need to look at my live account because I have it here on the spreadsheet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check this 536, is it here? Yes it is, it's here. So what I'm going to do then is I'm actually going to make this one a slightly different green. Now again guys, this is just the way that I do it, you don't have to do it this way, but I just find that this makes it much easier. Then 243 is 243 here, no it's not. Right, so because these that are on the chart currently have not performed according to the criteria that I want in the last week and the last month, what I do again is I then just make them red. So basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through all of this, and all of these that are red I'm going to delete from my chart, and in the next video I'm going to be showing you exactly how I do that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.